Okay, so we're here at the Warstore. We're going to play a Warhammer 40K 6th edition battle report. And my name is Heavy Bolter Joe. I'll be playing Crimson Fist Space Marines.
And I'm Steve. I'll be playing Eldar.
And we've played games in the past before, and we're into this new 6th edition, so we're both learning the rules and doing these battle reports as we go. So we got a great place to play. The Warstore in Riverhead is an excellent place to come down and play a game.
Yeah.
We got great terrain and a really nice atmosphere, and we'll introduce the armies.
Great.
Okay, so here's Steven's army. He's going to introduce his units.
Okay, so over here we've got my Warlord, who's a Farseer, who's got Guide. What else has he got? He's got Guide, Eldritch Storm,
I kind of forgot he was there.
and Fortune as his psychic powers. And he's also got an eye on distant events as his Warlord trait. We've got a squad of 10 Guardians and their heavy weapon platform, which is actually equipped with a Bright Lance, not the multi-laser that is there. We've got another squad of 10 Guardians here who also have a Bright Lance, and a second Farseer who has got a Presence, or however you say that. He's also got Executioner as a psychic power and Mind War. So we'll see if I can do some damage with that. Alright. Moving on, we also have a squad of 10 Warp Spiders, who I've been in love with for years. Now they're finally useful. Just think they're great models. All right, then moving along to my 3 Wall Walkers, who's using a gun. They're equipped as is. Scatter lasers, shuriken cannons, and a single Bright Lance on there. See if we can do some damage to a Land Raider at some point in this game.
I have no way of dealing with
And we've got a Wraith Lord here, who's also got a scatter laser and a shuriken cannon, and a pair of flamers if anyone gets up close.
I don't know how that works.
And we've got
some mounted units here.
Yeah, we've got some 10 Dire Avengers here who are mounted in their Wave Serpent. The Wave Serpent is also not equipped with Bright Lances, but scatter lasers.
Yay! I probably would have.
And 2 squads, are they identical?
2 squads identical, yep.
And these are troops?
These are troops.
nothing other than
And a, yep, 2 identical troops there.
And this guy?
We got second Wraith Lord, who only has a scatter laser because they ran out of points there, so he doesn't have a second gun.
It's kind of engulfing it, so it's not. It doesn't seem to be.
And then my other favorite squad, the Striking Scorpions, sneaking in from the backfield and trying to cause some damage before they all die. A horrible, horrible death.
Nice healthy squad, 10.
10, yes. And the squad leader has got the Scorpion Claw.
Is there in a room and we have to go in the tunnel, or if there's other ways to go before we go? Well, we
gotta
have
move
to
mist
push
first.
to move mist.
Well, Stephen, it is a very nicely painted army.
Well,
Very
thank you.
colorful.
Thank you.
I like the, get the shading going up on here. This looks real nice.
The mist.
Have to play with my airbrush a little bit.
Alright, so this is the whole army. And back. 1850 points. Eldar. Okay, so this is the Crimson Fist's army. We'll start with the Warlord. We're going to go with Captain Lysander. He's champion of humanity for his Warlord trait, so if he slays the enemy Warlord in combat in a challenge, he's going to get an extra D3 points of victory points. He's got the Fist of Dorn, the Shield, and the Icon of Obstinacy, which allows him to make units stubborn.
I'll do a general strike.
We got 5 Terminators with Lightning Claws. They'll be in the dedicated transport, which is a Land Raider Redeemer with a multi-melta added onto it. So this is the dedicated transport for this unit. It's an expensive unit, but it's my hand-to-hand portion of my army. All eggs in one basket. I got the 10-man troop squad. It's a tactical squad in a Rhino. We got a veteran sergeant. He does not have the power fist. Didn't pay for the power fist with the points, but we did pay the 10 points to make him a veteran for that leadership 9. So we left that model in there with the power fist. He does have the combi flamer, the flamer, heavy bolter in the squad, 10-man tactical squad. And then I have multiple. I filled out all 6 troop choices. I got 5-man squads in the Razorbacks. They just have their bolters, and there's 3 of them that are like that. They're identical with the Razorback and the heavy bolter.
Simple kind of concept.
And then I have 2 more 5-man tactical squads that have the twin link las cannon upgrade on the Razorback itself. So these 2 squads. For heavy support, I have a Predator Destructor with the autocannon and heavy bolter sponsons. I have a Predator Annihilator with the las cannon turret and las cannon sponsons. And then my fast attack choice has a single land speeder Typhoon with the heavy bolter and Typhoon missile launcher on it. So this is the army.
Okay, I mean, how many points do you have in your serve?
It's got
What I have there.
pretty mobile. This is the theme I've always gone with, a lot of vehicles, keeping them mobile.
So 5.
What's your
See if we can use this mobility against the Eldar.
Your base strength. 0.
1850.
Your base.
Okay, this is the battlefield we're going to play on. We have, we got Vanguard Strike for deployment. That's the table cut in an angle. And Steven has elected to take this side of the table. So he'll be looking down this part of the field, and I'm on the opposite side, 12 inches from the middle. And our game is the Relic. So we have this objective in the middle of the field. It's one of the swords from one of the Baltimore Games days, or one of those. That's how long we've been playing. Again, look at real nice terrain here at Warstore and Riverhead. City terrain. You see these buildings, tiles.
Kind of swirls around you, so kind of get up there. Oh, but this is still here. Yeah, but it's not touching.
All right.
Well away from me. So I can't.
You rolled, so you're going to deploy first, right?
I'm going to deploy first.
Okay, so we'll see your deployment. Okay, we got a deployment here for the Eldar.
Get this kind of
So they were in this corner. We got the
look at the
warp
back.
spiders.
Covered in ink. So it's
And what are these guys, Guardians?
Guardians.
We got 2 Guardian squads with the Bright Lance. One set up over here. The other one took up position on this building.
That's why you asked if you had
We
fire.
got the Wraith Lords.
Can I throw
Wave
this
Serpents
you give me this
with Dire Avengers in them.
Can I
So
throw
they're in the vehicle. And you have 2 units in reserve. You have the Striking Scorpions in reserve.
Can I throw
especially in
And
real life.
yeah.
the War Walkers.
Yeah, here's these.
They'll be
ones.
outflanking.
That. No, can't see it.
Okay, deployment for the Crimson Fists. Got a 1 Rhino back here. 10 men. Tactical squad with the Terminators and Lysander in the Redeemer.
Leave them all alone.
Predator Annihilator.
Or
Trying to get
wonder if they die.
survive some shots here. Target the Wraith Lords. Got the 2 Razorbacks, las cannons, Predator Destructor, and 1 more Rhino.
Die of the mold.
So here's the battlefield.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything with us.
Your
Nature?
Your nature check. Yeah, you're still on some nature. Your nature check. I'm not gonna give you
And I got 1 unit in reserve. It's the 5-man tactical squad in a Razorback. Okay, we got Relic. Eldar has first turn, but the Crimson Fist is going to try to seize the initiative. They do not. So Eldar, first turn. Okay, we have the movement phase and the shooting phase of the Eldar. The Warp Spiders use their run move with the battle focus to be able to get within range of this Razorback. They shot it with their warp spinners?
Death Spitters.
Death Spitters. They shot this and got a wreck result. These guys bailed out, were not pinned. These 2 vehicles were able to move up. This Bright Lance over here
Okay.
fired on the Predator, did a whole point of damage, and it can't move. It can't shoot, but it can move. This Wave Serpent fired on the las cannon Razorback, and it did get a destroyed result. And the squad was pinned after 2 casualties, suffered 2 wounds, so they died.
But
And which one wounded this Razorback?
This guy.
This guy shot his scatter laser and did 2 whole points of damage on the Razorback, and the Bright Lance on the top fired down on the Land Raider, scored a hit, but we had and did get a penetrating result, but we were able to get a cover save from the building and made that save. So this is after the shooting. Couple of whole points done to the Razorback. We had a wreck result destroyed, and a wreck result over here, and some whole points done to this. So pretty good shooting from the Eldar. Now they're gonna use their jump move to move back, and that'll be that. Okay, we got the shooting phase from the Crimson Fists. We were able to kill the one Wraithlord that was out in the open with combined fire from the Predator, the Land Speeder, and this Razorback. Was able to take him down. Heavy bolter fire and assault cannon fire from these 2 vehicles, and storm bolter and snap firing heavy bolter. Killed 4 guys up on top. They've made their morale check, so they're going to hold. And these guys had nothing to shoot at, so they used their run move to get into this terrain. And the Warp Spires had jumped back in their assault phase. So we're going to go on to turn 2 with the Eldar winning 1-0 with first blood from the wrecked Razorback. So Eldar, turn 2. All right, we got Eldar shooting, another lethal round of shooting. The Warp Spiders were able to eliminate this 5-man squad with the monofilament. And this Wraithlord fired and killed the Land Speeder. We failed our saves. It only had 2 hull points, so it went down from a glance and a penetrating hit. The Land Raider, we lost our Redeemer. This is a big blow to the Space Marines. The Bright Lance from the Ruin got a nice shot, rolled a 5 for penetration, +1 with the AP2, and got the explosion result. And Captain Lysander did take a wound from the casualties inside. The scatter lasers and shuriken cannons from this Wave Serpent that moved up was able to cause a wreck on this result. They got out and are not pinned. And the Eldar did capture the relic, so they were able to get out, and their run move brought the relic up onto this ruin. So the Eldar have 1 for first blood, and they have 3 points currently for the relic. So if they continue to hold that relic, they'll be winning 3-1. Going on to the shooting movement phase for Space Marines, turn 2.
Goes orange when it is when you are essentially around.
Okay, the Crimson Fists turn 2, so our reserves show up. There's Razorback came on from this table edge and was able to fire its heavy bolter and killed one of the guys that was carrying the relic. The squad that moved over there that came out of the wrecked Razorback fired and killed 3 of the Guardians up top. Stormbolter fired up there, able to score a hit. These guys fired their weapons, but failed to do any damage. And now we're going to try to do the assault phase and see if these guys can roll a 5 to get into base contact with that Wave Serpent. So we need that 5. Okay, the movement and shooting for the Eldar. So the
So you gotta actually.
Guardians that had the relic, they took it and they ran with their fleet, so they got a 5-inch run move to get away. The Wraithlord was able to fire down here and glance this enough times to get a wreck result. These guys bailed out. Did I roll a pin check for them?
I don't know.
You gotta roll a pin check for these guys. So they're okay with a 4. And the warp spiders, this is where we, there's a lot of blood in the middle of the field here. We lost Lysander and his Terminators. The warp spiders were able to do 2 wounds to Lysander and killed 2 Terminators. But it was this Wave Serpent and the combined fire from the Bright Lance. The Wave Serpent weakened them, killed 3 of them, and then there was 1 guy left standing, and the Bright Lance was able to take him out, and that squad is gone. The War Walkers came on from reserve, as did the Striking Scorpions, and the War Walkers just got a destroyed result on this Rhino, and then the Scorpions used their battle focus to get a run move, so they can get into a 12-inch range to shoot, and their pistols were able to kill 1 Space Marine. So that's shooting, and the Eldar have now achieved Slay the Warlord, so the Eldar have 1 victory point for First Blood. They have 1 victory point for Slay the Warlord, and they currently have the Relic. So the Eldar are winning 5-0 at this point. So the Space Marines are going to have to rally. Let's see if they have enough left in the tank to get some kind of damage done and get some victory points here. Alright, shooting for the Crimson Fists, trying to fight back here and get some
Got a good rally.
some wins. We had a bunch of troops, tactical troops, move up right here, here, and here, and they were able to fire on the Warp Spiders. We killed 6 casualties. That's a lot for these bolters. Their bolt control came in handy. They failed the morale check and fled 10 inches, so they're running. Over here we had the Striking Scorpions got hit with flamers. The veteran sergeant with his combi flamer and a regular flamer moved up. They were able to go through dangerous terrain. They made their check. 1 guy took almost took a wound, but he made a save. And we killed 7, right?
7 of them.
Killed 7 Striking Scorpions with this squad with bolters and flamers, so, and the heavy bolter. So good round of shooting from the Marines that are on the ground right now. The Predator failed us. The Predator was only able to get 1 hit and failed to wound. And the Razorback was able to get 1 shot off and wounded the Wraithlord. So the Wraithlord, from 2 rounds of shooting from previous turns, has 1 wound remaining. The Warp Spiders are fleeing.
So can I actually be
The Striking Scorpions held and the War Walkers are
I
on.
do have 5.
And he still has the Relic. So we're going to go into, what is it, turn 4 now. Top of turn 4 for the Eldar.
Wait.
Okay, Eldar shooting at the turn 4. We had the War Walkers fired on the what was left over from the Space Marines out of that rubble. Killed 6. A lot of shots over there, a lot of damage. And this vehicle right here was able to pick 1 more off, so there's only 3 guys left in that squad from shooting. They have to make a morale check. A lot of damage over here. We had the Eldar, what are these, Guardians?
Guardians, yep.
Came up and was able to use their, what are they, splinter rifles?
Shuriken catapults.
Shuriken catapults. Got the Wrens and were able to kill 5 of those guys. I think 2 of them were Wrens. And these guys came out and killed another 5-man squad that was over there. And this vehicle was able to shoot up the remains of that 3-man squad there. So a lot of troop squads have been eliminated this turn. The Scorpions were able to rally, but they just can't do any shooting. There's nothing in range.
The spiders, yeah, right.
Spiders, and the Warlord was able to get out of this area, came up these steps, and joined the squad that still holds the Relic. So the Eldar are definitely have the game in hand right now, and we're looking at an assault from the Striking Scorpions. All right, so we're going to go on to the assault phase with the Striking Scorpions. Okay, the assault results saw the Striking Scorpions were able to get into assault. We had fallen back with morale from the shooting, but we only fell back 4 inches. Scorpions were able to roll a 10 for their assault with their fleet. They killed the heavy bolter, tactical guy, and another tactical soldier, so now there's just a sergeant left. He got a hit, made a wound, but the Scorpion made his save. So it's 3 Scorpions against the Sergeant in the assault phase. Going on to the bottom of the 4th turn, Crimson Fist response. Not much left on the table for the Crimson Fists. We got 2 vehicles, 5-man squad. The Eldar have the relic, they have First Blood, and they also have Slay the Warlord. So we're going to have to try to get some damage here, take out some squads for a moral victory.
Back to you guys. I didn't even do that. I don't think it's.
Dig time, dig time.
Okay, we had the Crimson Fists. We moved up the tank and the squad 6 inches. They were able to kill 2 or 3 of these Guardians with the bolter fire. The last cannon failed to wound up top. The Predator had to finish it off. So the Predator finally finished off the Wraith Lord. That's 3 rounds of concentrated fire from a Razorback and the Annihilator. The Sergeant lost the assault in the assault phase. 1 wound, failed. Scorpions get to consolidate at D6 inches. And we're going to go to the top of turn 5. Eldar still have the relic.
Whiffed entirely.
Alright, so we got the shooting phase from the Eldar's turn 5. The Warp Spiders and the Guardians were able to finish off this last 5-man squad. The Razorback had survived though. The Shuriken catapults and cannons could not do anything with the scatter lasers, and the Bright Lance missed. So the Razorback is still alive. But the Predator was shot in the side armor by the Warwalkers. They got a lot of hits on it, targeted, and did get an explodes result. So the Predator is now gone. They were going to assault it, but now it's just a smoking wreck there. So this is the bottom of, well, it'll be now the bottom of turn 5 after the Warp Spiders do their jump move.
I have to cut off my hair.
Okay, the game went to a 6th turn and saw the Razorback finally fall to the Warp Spiders' fire. They were able to shoot at it and did a bunch of glancing hits, got some penetrations, but got a wreck result. So the Razorback, which was the last man standing, is now killed at the Eldar shooting phase. And that's going to be the game. All right, we got the end of the game. We got a total victory here by the Eldar. They do have the relic, so that's 3 victory points right off the bat. They got First Blood when they destroyed this Razorback. Was First Blood. They killed my Warlord, which was the Captain Lysander in the middle of the field over here from shooting. And they have Linebreaker from the Scorpions getting into this zone. So 3 points for those 3 basic victory points plus the relic. That's a complete victory, 6-0. Alright, so we got units of the game for the Eldar. Steven has picked the Warp Spiders. So what did they get? They had, when they came on, they killed about 2 squads of
Razorbacks and 2 squads and 4 wounds to the Terminators.
Yeah, they did a lot of damage. They survived the whole round of shooting where I had about 5 squads target them.
Yeah.
They fled, rallied, and then still came back and survived the game.
And actually killed that
and got the last,
at the end.
the last shot. They got to kill the last squad.
Yeah, their mobility really.
I'll say for my unit game, it was just my tactical squads. I had the 10-man squad Flame that did a lot of damage to the striking Scorpions. And then when these 5 squads came out with their bolter drill and their bolter fire, they did a lot of damage to the Warp Spiders and knocked them down to 4 men. So tactical squads did good. The rest got shot up pretty good.